What's going on, guys? All Up Blitzel here. Today bringing you some more Crown Zenith content. We have Zamazenta Lost Box today. Zamazenta is perhaps the best new card from Crown Zenith. Its Retaliate attack does 100 and then 120 more if one of your Pokemon is knocked out last turn. So this really takes the role that Snorlax had. It is not able to be one-shot by Lumineon and can one-shot Stoutland and other little Vs. So it basically takes the role of Snorlax in a traditional Gate Lost Box deck, but it does the job a little bit better. The only other new card I'm playing is Sky Seal Stone, which synergizes with our Aggron. Aggron V does 150 and 150 more damage if our opponent's active Pokemon has damage on it. So we plan to have this big 300 closing attack to take 3 or 4 prizes. We are playing 2 Metal Saucers to load up our Zamazenta and Aggron quickly, the Raihans for the same reason. You could try to fit another Zamazenta in this deck, maybe cut a Raihan for second Zamazenta. I wouldn't hate that. Other than that, we have the standard Lost Box stuff, 4 Net, 4 Comfey, 2 Sableye, 2 Cramorant. Have a couple captures to help set up. Playing the 2-1 Rod Recycler split. I will put up my Crown Zenith playlist below. I have a lot of other decks I've been uploading. Please consider subscribing and liking this video. If you have any comments and suggestions, please leave them below. I want to thank you guys for all the support. We've reached 30 subscribers, which is awesome. Maybe I'll do something special if we reach 100. I don't know what I'll do yet, but I'll figure something out. After this, we'll have several battles I'll be commenting over, so you don't want to miss those. Thank you guys for watching, and enjoy the battles. Alright, on to the first game. We are losing the coin flip, so we get to go first, though. Still, that's interesting. We're probably against a mirror match, then. So very good opening hand for us. We have Comfey, VIP, and a Colress. We have an energy that we can conceal cards. We have a net. So pretty solid opening hand. Taking our opponent a little bit to decide what they want to do. Alright, yep, it is a Lost Box mirror. So we have VIP for Comfey and Greninja. We did prize a Water Energy, so we have to be careful lost sending waters because it can be pretty good in this matchup. We'll use flower selecting. I'll keep the capture. We'll capture, get down Cramorant, then we'll retreat into our other Comfey. And this is a tough choice. Zamazenta is a pretty solid attacker in this matchup. I really could go either way here. I think I'm going to take the Zamazenta, but I don't know if that's the right call. And we'll just pass. If I keep the Raw, Zamazenta is not exactly the best attacker in this matchup. It is an attacker that is tough for them to knock out. But the Rod to more Crams, Energies, and Sableyes definitely could have been the better route to go. So our opponent is using Comfey. Alright, found a Battle Pass, so let's see, probably gonna see, 2 Comfey, so I wonder if the Radiant Greninja is prized then. Or maybe they're playing an Eternatus build, a Radiant Charizard build. And then Mirage Gate, attach a Psychic, Treats, or selecting Snorlax. Well, we're happy to see that guy go away. We do not like facing Snorlax. So Colress, so this Comfey's gonna go down. We'll be behind in the prize race, but we do have some tricks to pull ahead with Radiant Greninja and Sableye. And we will be able to respond back with our own Cramorant. So there's the 3rd Comfey. It would be pretty crazy if they could get 2 Radiant Greninja play and take 2 prizes. I'll give them the Greninja off this escape rope, so it's unlikely that they take the prize. So I can Fire Energy, so it is a Radiant Charizard build. So that is good for us. We don't have to worry about Manaphy. Dual Colress. I think I just want everything but Raihan. 4 in there, so I'm just gonna net the active and okay, I can attach retreat. I want to hold the net for now. In case he puts damage on one of my Comfeys, I can pick it up later. Or I want to Zigzagoon net. I have all options open. I do only have 5 in the lost zone, so I am a little low. It's a little unlikely that we get to Sableye next turn, but we will be able to Colress and get to Moonlight Shuriken if Manaphy does not come down. Losing an Ordinary Rod is not so great for them. Another rope goes. I do think Charizard Lost Zone box is a little underpowered in current standard. I do think it would be the best way to play it post-rotation, but I do think Greninja Gate builds are a little stronger right now. Sableye, and they can take our Cramorant. They can spread on a couple Comfeys. Maybe there's a Zigzagoon, so if they have a net, they can take 2 prizes this turn. Alright, there that is. So they'll be ahead, but no Manaphy, so we are going to try to pull off a Greninja play. We can't Raihan to do it, so we will. Yeah, there's a water down. We can Colress, and we have everything there. As long as we don't draw all our waters up this Colress, which we did not. Could maybe take the cart over the Sableye, but this is fine too. I will gate. I'll conceal cards. I gated before the concealed cards because I did not want to draw into my water energies. I'll net the active. Bench the Cramorant, attach, and then Moonlight Shuriken. Take out the Sableye and the balloon to Comfey. So we're back ahead in the prize race. We don't have any liability, like cheap prizes for him with Comfey. He did prize 2 Comfeys this game, which sort of was annoying in the early game, but it's fine now. So our opponent might have a tough, considering they lost him to Snorlax, they might have a tough time responding this turn. They always can Sableye KO the Cramorant, or even maybe Mirage Gate to a Charizard, but that Snorlax is gone, so they cannot, that'd be their easiest response. I think that's 2 Fire Energies lost zoned, so Radiant Charizard might be out of the equation. Sableye. So we're gonna see a Lost Mine again from our opponent. There's the Mirage Gate. Only a fire to the Zigzagoon. Did they not realize they'd know he's Psychic? Yeah, let's go. They can see. Alright, on to the next one. I think we're against some sort of lost box with Metal Energy, so it could be a Zamazenta build. Could be the Flying Pikachu Duraludon pile. There's a Drapion. That's always a bad starter for my opponent. This is a Quick Ball out of Metal. It is the Radiant turn of this build. I still am not sold on this deck. I don't think it's interesting and a new take on Lost Box, but I don't think it's any better than. I'm just not a fan of the deck. I'll get the 1 VIP, 1 Quick Ball, and net. We'll VIP for Comfey, Cramorant. We'll have Zamazenta and Aggron. We might see an Aggron this game. So I'll keep the boss. Never like lost zoning energies, but we gotta do what we gotta do. So I'll go into the Comfey. We will Flower Select. I don't want to lost on a second metal, so we will have to lost on a Switch Cart. Some painful early Flower Selects. I'm gonna go for another one. I'm gonna take Zigzagoon over Sableye. Sableye will be fine this matchup, but I do kind of want Zigzagoon for an Aggron play potentially later. And also Zigzagoon can help me with some Comfey spreads. So Temple of Sinnoh, that doesn't bother us, and a Marnie. So maybe this isn't a lost zone. I mean, they had Gate, so it is a lost zone build, but it's playing Marnie as well. Our hand is kind of rough. We'll need this concealed cards to bail us out. I'm not feeling too threatened. This Drapion should be some free prizes. Yes, it is. So we can conceal cards out the water. I could capture a touch first and search for Guru, but I think I'm going to hold it for now. I can't. There's Temple down. That's right. So I'm going to bench the Zamazenta. I'm going to put up the water on it, and I'll just take the knockout. And that way Raihan, I'm going to tell Raihan or a Saucer away from attacking with this Zamazenta. I'm still not completely sold on Saucers in this deck. It does make it so you can attack with Aggron quicker and Zamazenta quicker, but I don't know if it's necessary or it's just overkill. I do want to try to find space for a second Zamazenta and maybe a Drapion too. The Mew matchup can be kind of scuff. I like Gust and Pass. They're not in a great spot, so we'll get rid of the capture. There's our Training Court. So I'm just gonna Comfey. I want to draw Colress. No such luck, so we will loss on the Raihan. I will net the active, don't card first, and we will select. Obvious choice there, don't need VIPs. So I'll just bench the Comfey, cart back into the Cram, and take the knockout. I don't need Training Court, so I'm not going to give it to my opponent. There's a Colress, so that's an excellent find. Now we just need to take one Duraludon to win, and that's one of the issues with this Duraludon deck. Is one thing that makes RCS Duraludon so strong is they make you get through 3 big Pokemon, but with this Lost Zone deck, you have to take so many. Your opponent can take so many cheap prizes setting up that they don't have to take 2 Duraludons to win. So I'm still not a huge fan of this deck. If it's something that you guys want me to feature, let me know, because I can definitely do it. I'm just not one that's, in terms of competitive play, I do not think it's the best deck in the world, but it's alright. So back on our turn, I think we'll be going for a Lost Mine play this turn. We can KO a Comfey, and then also set up those Duraludons to be into Aggron range. So I will, because I feel like he's gonna stick a Duraludon in my face next turn. So I will just Lost Mine 7. Yeah, I'll do 3, 7, and 2. That way they're both in Aggron range. They might be able to Scoop Up Net and clean up their board, so I have to get through one Duraludon, but that's not the end of the world. I do have the Aggron play pretty much lined up in my hand. So Marnie or Roxanne, it's the 3rd gate lost end, I think. Wow. 2 Marnies. That's unfortunate. But no pressure at all. So I'm just gonna Lost Mine. I'll take out the Comfey. And I'll put 1 on the Duraludon V and the rest on that Oranguru. That way the Oranguru isn't moving my Shuriken range. So hopefully they don't have a couple Scoop Nets to clean up their board, but we might have to get through this Duraludon if they do. Temple and Boss. Like, I understand the Temple of Sinnoh. Just slow down Lugia, but you have so many cards that don't help you set up and don't help you get into the game that, like, Lost Box sometimes already has a hard enough time setting up. So they will pick up both of their Pokemon, so we're gonna have to get through a Duraludon. But it looks like no attack, but we can't use Sableye because of the Parasol, so we'll conceal cards. We found a Colress. Don't need Zigzagoon at this point. So I will just retreat into that, and then we'll just spit. So they're going to find another Hyper Potion to stay out of range of Zamazenta, and considering how many gates they're down, they can't just run from this forever. So can we pull off the Aggron play this turn? Let's see. I think we can. No, we're 1 short currently. Well, we found the Saucer. That's it. We got it. I don't think I realized it immediately. It took me a moment. But we benched the Aggron, Rod back in 2 energies, Gate. Yeah, I think I realize it now. I just put back in, Water Psychic. We bench the Aggron, Saucer, attach. We have the 3 energies left in deck. The cool thing about Aggron is it has a lot of colorless attack cost. We get the heart from our opponent. We get the Merciless Strike for the game. Let's go. Oh man, that was cool. Sky Seal Stone there in the prizes. Alright, on to the next one. We lost the coin flip. We like to go first, but we're not necessarily disadvantaged too bad by going second. We still can put pressure on with Cramorant. So we open Comfey, we have the Colress, we have a pretty solid hand. Runs Giratina. Giratina's really fallen off hard since Lugia came out. It already was sort of... It liked having Palkia and Arceus to really hit into, but those decks are on the decline as well, so it loses a lot of its good matchups, and it can't... It was kind of the early deck, one of the first decks recently that could play like a 2 prizer early and like a 1 prizer late, or vice versa. But Lugia kind of does what Giratina does better. The only redeeming quality I think Giratina has is its GX, or its V-Star power is pretty OP. So we can Colress here. We do need to keep Manaphy. Sky Seal Stone is cool, but we have better cards in there, and also if our opponent plays it right, they're going to just use Shred. They don't need to V-Star this game. So we have the Spit play already lined up. I will get rid of Water. Alright, so I'll net the active. I don't really want to lose any of these cards with... I don't want a Guru or Quick Ball to the top just yet. So there's our Cramorant. I think, yeah, we're just going to use a ton of flower selectings this turn. Try to dig toward a Colress because our hand is sort of dead. So we can just Manaphy, Cramorant. We do drop the Manaphy because we do not want to fall behind because of a Radiant Greninja play. Got 6 in the loss zone on our first turn. So looking good for a potential loss my next turn if we can find a Colress. Our opponent Colresses, there's a Psychic and a Path. Path is not super useful for them. It kind of hurts us both equally. There's no Psychic down. Opponent's getting rid of lots of Psychic energies early, which is fine for us because Sableye is really one of their few ways to keep up in the prize race. So let's see. They V-Star both their Giratinas, which I do not think... I mean, gets them out of Zamazenta range, but it's such an inefficient attacker in this matchup. Another Psychic Lost Sound. That's 2. And they lost them, and they discarded one earlier. So, a 3rd Psychic Energy. My goodness. They have 4 Psychics already committed on the 2nd turn of the game. So I'm going to put out the Comfey. Always can retreat if we have to. I'm going to Permanent Wisdom. The Quick Ball to the top. I don't necessarily need it now. We can Flower Select. Yeah, I'm just going to go for the Greninja play this turn. I hopefully can find a Switch card off this or a second gate. There is a second gate. Sort of a gamble that I took, but I could have put the second energy on the Greninja if I wasn't super afraid of getting knocked out, which I wasn't necessarily, but this is all fine. We're in a pretty solid spot. The Raihan's a good find. We have Quick Ball, which can get us Zamazenta if our opponent attacks with Giratina. It's going to be tough for them to attack with Giratina, considering all the energies they have committed. They have quite a few down in Lost Zone, so there's a Colress. Let's see. Do they find anything? Another Path. And that's it. They concede. Alright, on to the next one. We win the coin flip finally. We will go first. Alright, we're against... I'm going to guess, considering the Eternatus deck box and the Dark Coin, we're against Eternatus, which would be a pretty dreadful matchup. If they can get Wheezing early, yeah, this matchup's really rough. We need a couple Flower Selectings. Our hand's pretty good, though. We can stack the Colress on the top so we don't break off a Marnie, and pass on over to them. So hopefully no Wheezing comes down. We don't play Ropes. That's one thing my list is not playing currently, is Escape Ropes. I don't really respect Wheezing and Empoleon all that much, so could be a meta call kind of thing, where if you expect to face Wheezings, then like if at your league people play Wheezing, if there ever is a meta where you expect Wheezing, then go ahead, you can cut cards for Ropes. I don't hate the decision, I prefer Switch Card. So we put our Colress on top, but there's not a whole lot we can do. This is extremely tough. Yeah, we can't Flower Select, we can't Spit. We're just gonna pass. We need to, I guess, try to we need to find our boss here to bring up like that Drapion and hope to stall it long enough to get back into the game. But still, getting through these Weezings is sort of a nightmare. Zamazenta can kind of get through them, but like that's where Snorlax is a little more optimal because it can hit for 180. But Zamazenta doesn't it doesn't one-shot unless we get knocked out in the previous turn. So not the most efficient attacker. So they're gonna poison our Comfey. There's Zamazenta. We'll bench him and attach to him. And let's pass. Not a whole lot we can do here. We have to top the boss ASAP, or this game's we're gonna get too far behind. So we'll come out the Cram. Want to keep at least one Comfey on the board. And let's see, does our opponent... Oh, they judge us. Okay. Oh, that's kind of good. We can reset our hand here a little bit. Not any better. So they find a Crobat. They're maybe digging for a Crobat VMAX. Yeah, they find that. So they will be going for a Stealth Poison this turn. I don't think Eternatus is a very good deck. Weezing is annoying, but it's like, yes, in this situation it's very debilitating, but oftentimes Weezing, like, your draw power gets significantly hindered as soon as you attack with Weezing, and you're not, like, 60 a turn is not exactly like big pressure. So even though you're ability locking them, it's not like you're two-shotting them or putting serious pressure on them like Vikavolt is. You still give your opponent time to get them back into the game. So I understand like playing Crobat, so you're putting some more serious pressure, but then you're susceptible to being bossed and Serena'd. And if your opponent can set up, and I just scoop. So on to the next one. We have a pretty okay hand. We have a lot of Pokemon, but not a whole lot of support after that. So we're against Palkia. So it's nice to have that Manaphy in that opening hand. A nice attach pass. And we tapped the Colress. Wow. That is amazing. So we will conceal cards, Colress, Zamazenta, Sableye. I don't think I need the Sableye. I'll just take the net and the Colress and the Zamazenta. Comfey, we're obviously going to take Training Court. Bench the Comfey, net back. And then I'm going to take the net over the cart. Bench Comfey, net back into it. Flower selecting once more. I'll take the other Colress. And we will just bench Comfey, bench Cramorant. We'll bench the Manaphy, and we'll just spit for 110. So our opponent did not have a very strong first turn, so we can maybe start pressuring Sobbles next turn with either Moonlight Shuriken or Lost Mine. And we did get Manaphy down, so they cannot pull off the Moonlight Shuriken play themselves. So that's excellent. So there's the Greninja and the Quick Ball. Get a Quick Ball. And get a Sobble. Conceal cards. So they definitely want to find this knockout with Subspace Swell, but we can respond back with Zamazenta if they do. So let's see. Yep, Subspace Swell for the knockout. We respond with Zamazenta, and then they have a pretty tough time entering back themselves. So I'll Chorus. I'm gonna take everything but the boss. You can conceal cards. I should have gated before I concealed cards. I'm not doing this. And I didn't think the Quick Ball's okay. We can Sableye back. So Mirage Gate. And then we can Training Court, back a Metal. Net, and take this knockout. And now our opponent's going to be in a very difficult position. And we can just Lost Mine Moonlight Shuriken any little guys he puts down, and that's just a concession. Alright, so that's updated Lost Zone box. If you guys made it this far in the video, you're awesome. Please consider liking and subscribing. I do think Lost Zone box is a pretty significant upgrade with Zamazenta. I do like this list quite a bit. I do need to test the Aggron and Saucer and Sky Seal Stone package to see if it's consistent enough to be worthwhile. But if you have any suggestions, please leave them below. I'll link my Crown Zenith playlist down below so you can catch up on any decks you missed. thank you guys for all of the support once again. I know I've said it a lot, but it really means so much to me. So, thank you guys for watching, and this has been All Out Blitzel, and I'll catch you next time.